guys, it's Leek. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I hope you're here to subscribe and stay. We're in the month of May and I'm posting every day until the 26th. For today's video, as you can see in the thumbnail, this might look a little different, but I got very highly requested to do an in-depth everyday makeup routine. I get asked every single day on TikTok, I get asked on Instagram, so I wanted to do a very thorough one for you guys here on YouTube, which I did. This, you guys, is so easy to do. It's so simple. It's really just about the products you use and the techniques that you use. Anyone can do this. Don't look at this and think that it took a lot, because it did it. And I'm actually going to show you how to do it after this intro. So if you want to see how to get this everyday super glam right under eye, very soft, very feminine look, keep on watching. So I have already prepped and primed my skin. Prepped and primed as in I did my skincare, like my eye creams, all that. I haven't done anything makeup wise because I do want to talk about the primer that I use, and it's nothing like brand new. I've been using it for a while, but it is the Milk Hydro Grip primer. I love this primer. I'm not the only person that loves this primer. For my brows, I use the Patrick Ta Shaping Wax in the shade Clear. So it looks like this. You can hardly see it, but it's clear. That's why it looks like that. You have to use a setting spray to activate it. It literally says it on the instructions, so I always wet it pretty good. And I use a spoolie. I pretty much just brush my eyebrows up. I'm still into like the laminated brow look. That hasn't changed. You can see the big difference it gives. My hairs just naturally like fall down, so I have to put something in them or else they will look like that no matter what I do. For my brows, clean up my brows, I use the Cover FX. I believe it's the Power Play Concealer. I think this is the only one that they make, if I'm not mistaken, but I found it at TJ Maxx and I bought it and I just use it for my eyebrows. I don't use it for my face, but it's a really good concealer for the brows. So that's good. That's usually how I like them. And that's about as even as they're going to get. So I'm going to use the same concealer to prime my eyes. Okay, so for foundation application, in my last makeup tutorial, I'll show you guys how much I love the Juno & Co sponge. Hasn't changed, but I just use the new one now, which is made out of bamboo. Love this one just as well, as you can see, but still use these to apply my foundation. Haven't used a beauty blender since I discovered that sponge. But as for foundation, the one I've been loving recently is very new. Before this, I was using Pat McGrath still, but I discovered this one, I want to say like maybe a little bit longer than a month ago, the new Makeup Forever HD Skin one. I really love this foundation. It's like medium coverage, natural to matte finish, but love this one. This is my go-to, and I use the shade 3 and 42. See, that's pretty good coverage, and that is a bomb color match. I do it every time. I'm so good at color matching myself. Just look at how flawless and glowy my skin looks. For my new concealer routine, I definitely want to introduce you guys to my favorite hack ever. I do this every day. I don't care. I know with the under eye primer I used to mix with my concealer, I would do it some days. This I do every single day. So I mix my everyday concealer, which in Back to Loving Born This Way, I use the shade Golden Beige. And then I mix it with LA Girl Pro Concealer in the white corrector, the flat white corrector. If you have dark circles, just read it and weep. I applied this where I normally would apply it. And it's definitely important to go a few shades up. Mind you, this is for if you are someone who likes the bright under eye look. So then I grab the white and I basically just put it right in the middle and a little bit right there. And that is just gonna give you the brightest under eye. So as always, I always let my concealer dry down before I blend it out, because that will give you the maximum coverage that you can get. So while that is sitting there, I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose. I always tell you guys I am not a pro at nose contouring. Never have been, probably never will be, because every single day my nose looks different. But does that mean I'm going to ever stop doing it? No. So it looks harsh right now, I know, but we're gonna go over it with powder, so don't even worry about it. Now for blending out my under eye, I don't use a brush anymore, but that's because my technique has changed. I use a sponge, but there's a very specific way I blend it out, so I'm gonna show you. Use a sponge, but I do it very extremely slow. Basically, start in the inner part of my eye, as you're seeing me do. I'll just check on it every once in a while, but I blend in very small sections, so I'll slowly start making my way out because you really don't want that coverage to move around. So I'm just going ever so slightly when I'm doing this. Now, do you see how it doesn't look crazy? Like you probably thought it was going to look because it has white in it. No, it looks flawless. It's not too far down, it's not too far out, and it covered everything, and it made me look, you know, so awake. It's giving. This side always has more coverage because I blend it second, but it's giving bright under eye, it's giving she's awake, it's giving she got 8 hours plus of sleep. We're gonna use the only powder you've ever seen me use on this channel. That has not changed. Let's not get it confused. Huda Beauty, I just went up a shade. I now use the shade Banana Bread because as my concealer gets brighter, of course your powder needs to get brighter. I'm gonna stick beside her. Okay? But to apply it, I used to use a dry beauty blender. Now I use these adorable powder puffs that I get off of Amazon. Just look up powder puff and they come up, but they're like a velvety texture. They have something that's so convenient for your fingers, and you just dip it right into the powder. I like to make sure it's coated, but it does go on there like, you know, a little bit patchy, and it doesn't soak up the powder. It sits on top, so you really want to make sure that it's on there kind of even. So I like use the back of my hand to kind of layer it a little bit better. I just go right in under these eyes. I don't bake. I didn't used to bake in my last routine, and I still don't bake. I just use an excessive amount of powder and I push it in and I make it work. And then I take whatever's left over and I go over my nose so it doesn't look so dark. The nose is fixed, but there you go. Do you see how smooth she looks over here? There we go, we're matte princess. I don't set my forehead because I like my forehead to look dewy, because I feel like if your forehead looks dewy, the rest of your face looks a little dewy. So I'm going to leave that. I use the exact same bronzer as always. The bronzer hasn't changed. There's the proof. But the brush has changed. I used a fan brush for my bronzer for so many years because I swore it was just so precise. No, it was shedding like crazy, and I was like, it's time for something new. So now I use the Morphe M405. It's like an angled brush like this, and I just like use it just like this, and I just you'll see it's so pretty. And I've always brought my bronzer like pretty far down onto my face, but look, see how it brings the brightness back to your under eyes. Now onto something that has become one of my favorite steps in my makeup routine, very shockingly, is blush. And I just love adding blush to my face and my nose. I can't even grab all of them, all 6 of these Colourpop heart blushes. When I tell you I use them every single day. These two are my favorites. I always go in between these. If I'm gonna do a more pinky look, I'm gonna use this one. If it's gonna be a more brownie neutral pinky look, I use this one. So today I think I want to use this one because I don't know what I'm doing to my eyes, so this will go good with either one. But it looks just like that. I keep this little film over the mirror because I don't want it to get dirty, but it's so cute. It's really pigmented, so you have to go very gently with it. And I just throw it on top of my bronzer, just emphasizing it on the cheeks like this, but also making sure it's on top of that bronzer. And then I add a little bit to my very tip of my nose. Sometimes there's too much. Like, see, I don't like it that much. I like a little bit. Yeah, I have quite a bit of blush on, but that's okay because my face eats blush, so I have to put a lot on if I want it to last throughout the day. Otherwise it will not be there in 20 minutes. So then for eyes, I hardly ever wear eyeshadow. Like, it's very rare, more so when I'm doing my makeup for a video or just to be creative is when I do eyeshadow, but on a daily basis I don't wear eyeshadow. I'm going to be honest with you. But when I do, I totally, definitely 100% use a bronzer. So I just grab a big fluffy brush. This is pretty much every day. I don't try to go like bare-eyed every day. I try to put something in my crease. So I'm gonna put bronzer in my crease just so that it like just ties in with everything and my eyes don't look so flat. I don't like my eyes looking super flat. Since these are all the powders I'm going to put on my face for today, I always do a setting spray right after powders, and then I do a setting spray at the very end. The one for after powders that I love to use is the One Size Luminous spray. Great for after powders because it really helps it melt. We're looking glowy, we're looking very glowy. And then usually while that's drying, I like to put on my mascara to prep my eyes for lashes. Favorite one right now is the MAC Stack. If you don't know or heard about this mascara, you need to go on TikTok. Go-to lashes, I had to put them in the trash because they had glitter on them and I couldn't revive them, but they're Lilly lashes in Milan. Gorgeous, gorgeous lashes. So instead I've been using Lilly lashes. As you can see, they've been used Miami Flares. Yeah, you see that I've been loving to apply my lashes like a cat eye effect lately. I love it. I have re-fallen in love with the blinding highlight. Don't know. I'm out here acting like it's highlighting like it's 2016. I don't know, but something about it. Something about it. It has me like this. I put it on my nose, of course. Always, without a doubt. Down the bridge. I still apply my highlight here on my forehead. I like to look glowy. I do it here and I take it all the way up to my forehead because I like the way it looks. Okay, cheekbones, mandatory, and then the chin. I love me a glowy chin. Last but not least, last but the most important, I should say, is gonna be that lip combo. For today's, we're doing Morphe Trendsetter, my go-to liner. There's the lip liner of choice. I'm gonna pair it with a gloss. The gloss that I'm gonna pair it with is Morphe Gloss in the shade Pixie. And there you go. There it is. There it is. I know I look good, and tell me otherwise. Tell me otherwise. It looks so natural, but like glam, but like, oh, she knows how to do makeup, but like, oh, like, is she even like wearing a lot of makeup? It still looks like very minimal. Like it took me like maybe 5-10 minutes to do, but it didn't. It took me about 30-45 to do. See up close that it literally looks flawless. I definitely think I have my makeup routine down so good that I don't think it will change anytime soon. Like I can't see myself doing my makeup any other way for a very long time. Like this is it for me. This is so easy to do. It really does take like maybe 30-45 minutes, maybe, and that's because certain steps of the process I take a little bit longer to do. But no, I feel like this is beginner friendly. It's also like pro friendly. I give you so many tips, tricks, hacks. Please, you can definitely do this. Okay guys, that's it for the video. If you want to see more of me, because I'm posting for the next 24 days, we're only on day 2 up until my birthday, make sure you thumbs up this video, comment down below, and subscribe for some more leak in your life, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.